What's good, YouTube? It's 𝐬𝐴 and Sam back again for another reaction video. Today's video, we're going to be reacting to the greatest women spoken word. Um, Without further ado, let's get straight to it.
Yeah. First one back on the channel after 2 weeks.
You know, something
Thank
must
you
be
for the
wrong
400
when
supporters.
almost every single song has
Yeah, I think we'll
sex
show
as
this
its
video.
basis. When rap stars get famous after making lyrics that are shameless. When a woman is expected to sleep with a man who doesn't even know what her name is. And when artists are paid to degrade the very women that have made them. To the point they are nothing more than pieces of plastic that we can dispose of once they are no longer attractive. It's sick.
Wait, but before we get any deeper into this is actually something that I was talking about with someone the other day. We were talking about it. For I kind of disagree in a certain way. Like, all right, so he's saying that like artists like rap about women as if they're like pieces of plastics that we just use and discard with. What a lot of people don't realize is in order to be sexualized, you have to sexualize yourself first. So these women out here that are being sexualized by rappers, whenever rappers say stuff like, "Oh, I treat her like a hoe and I fuck her and smash her and pass her to the bro," something like that. Whenever they do stuff like that, the only reason why rappers are able to sexualize females like that and do things like that is because these females do it to themselves first. So, for example, these girls, I know there's one girl that's apparently she has an OnlyFans. She's bragging about getting a train ran on her, slept with like two dudes in one night and all that. And then a female like that, right? Before anybody knew that, she was just a regular female. No one thought of her like that. But and when now that people know her as that, and that's the image that she put on for herself, now every single guy is looking at her like that, and that's all that they see of her, just sex. And there's this other girl that was at my job that a few years ago she got literally fired because she got caught sucking dick in the parking lot. And now I swear to God, she got caught sucking dick in the parking lot, and literally every like I damn near every nigga in Houston, Texas, probably smashed her. And now whenever she's like, I be posting my pictures on Instagram, on Snapchat and shit, right? I be looking sexy as fuck with my shirt off because I just left the gym. I get bitches swiping up. She's one of them that swiped up, and after that, she be sending hard eye emojis and shit. And it's like I'm definitely not going for that because it's like she been around with everybody. So it's like in my head, all I'm seeing her as is like a sexual object because that's what she did to herself first. So instead of blaming the rappers, you gotta really blame the women that are out here doing this to themselves and saying, "Oh, if a man could do it, I could do it too." Because people have to understand, it's not like that. Just because a man could do it, women shouldn't be able to do it. Women are like I always say, women are born with the value, men are not. So women should not be out here just being sluts and being hoes and sleeping with a whole bunch of guys. That is fucking disgusting and revolting. But yeah, let's get back to it.
And sadistic that this world's become so misogynistic, and you can call me
Uh,
God damn.
sadistic that this world dispose of once they are no longer attractive. It's sickening and sadistic that this world's become so misogynistic.
I
I'm
agree.
not
I
laughing
disagree
at
with
what he
that shit
said, by
too.
the way. I'm just laughing at the end part. Like, wait, let's get back to it. It was so funny. But
Nah,
yeah, no,
I
I mean,
disagree with this
shit,
shit too. He said the
different
world's
perspective.
become.
Wait, what did he say?
Look.
Nothing more than pieces of plastic that we can dispose of once they are no longer attractive. It's sickening and sadistic that this world's become so misogynistic.
He said that it's sick that we men like rappers or men in general treat women like pieces of plastic that we could discard once they're no longer attractive. And
It goes
basically,
both ways.
no, basically, wait. So is he's saying that like he doesn't like the way how like after a female's been ran through or whatever, they're not attractive to men, and we just don't regard have any regards for them anymore or some
That's
shit.
not true, by the way. Yeah.
That's stupid because it's like all right, Sam, would you rather have a brand new a brand new Ferrari, or would you rather have a used Toyota Camry that has 250,000 miles on it and that has yeah, which one would you rather have?
Damn, 250,000 miles is crazy. 250,000 bodies.
Yeah, or yeah, which one would you rather have, the Toyota Camry that's used 250,000 miles or the Ferrari? The Toyota Camry is about to break down, and then the Ferrari's perfect condition, brand new.
Shit.
You're gonna
I
have it
mean,
for a few years.
personally, I prefer BMW, but shit. No, I mean, I get your point. No,
No, just
yeah,
answer the question. Just
not,
answer the
you're
question.
not.
I just want to
I
hear
mean,
you.
shit.
All right, so if
Uh,
Sam's choosing the Ferrari, it's like that. Why? Like,
but
and the
here,
woman too. Like, she put herself in that position to do that. She got rent. And I was talking when I went out yesterday with my friends. we were talking about this. It's not like the sleeping around with people, right? It's not even like something that, oh, you only have one chance, and if you mess up, that's it. Because like a lot of guys, like if you maybe even have like two or three bodies, they don't care. But it's like these females, they'll sleep with one person, and then after that, um, then then their body count will be one, and then after that, they're like, okay, let me sleep with another person, and it's two. And then after that, nobody, that's okay, that's just two people. Then they sleep with another person, and that's three. Then they're like, okay, let me sleep with another person at four, then five, then six, nine, seven. They had so many chances to stop, and they just kept on going. Then they ran their body count up to like 15, 16, 17, 20 double digits. And it's sad
But
that nowadays a female could have 30 like a female could have 15 bodies and be my age, and people will be like, oh, that's not even that high. To be honest, yes,
the,
that is high.
the
A
only thing
body
I want
count
to
over
say,
three, that's fucking high. What the hell? You should have been a virgin
uh,
waiting for me.
the only point I want to make, like the thing that he was saying as well as you were saying, like it applies to both sides. Like let's say he's talking about like how people get rid of, or no, men gets rid of female after like they're old and whatever, right? That's his point. But it could literally be applied the other way as well. Like if a female sees like a guy that's like old and like or like I'm just saying that it applies both ways. Same with your point as well. Like niggas do be sleeping around a lot too, but like yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Like yeah, both have like I could see the point perspective. But yeah, his could be applied to like both sides and shit.
You think so? No, I for that, I think well, it's not even what I think. This is a statistic. Females would rather have older men, and males would rather have younger women. And the reason, it's a biological thing. It's literally biologically embedded in us. So like
Wait, old
if
men as in like over 50 though.
I don't
Unless they're rich
yeah,
or
yeah,
famous.
yeah, because females, like if a guy, a female, I'm pretty like a female was is more likely to choose a guy, like if, all right, let's say I put two guys in front of them, a guy that's like 50 years old but he has a whole bunch of money and he could provide anything for that female, versus a guy that's 18 and doesn't have anything and he works at Starbucks. The female will probably choose the older guy. And that the reason
What
why
is it?
I say that is because females, they're 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 attracted to what you could provide for them. And then the males, like it's literally a biological thing. The males would rather have someone younger so they could get them pregnant and recreate and stuff. If I'm 22 years old right now, there's no point of me going after someone that's like fucking 40 years old or above the age of 30, because they most likely can't get pregnant. And then if I do that, then I,
Unless they're
yeah,
sugar mommy, right, Conrad?
unless they what?
Unless they're sugar mommy, right?
No, no, I don't do that. I'm not gonna lie, but and if I do that, then my entire like my all the generations that come after me, they're just gonna be done, because I decided to go with someone that's 35 years old. So I can't do that. I have to go with someone that's young, that I can get pregnant, and then we can continue having babies. So, but yeah, but the women being what is it called? Objectified, like this is their fault. Stop being hoes, and then it won't happen.
And you can call me unrealistic, but just listen to the statistics.
Unrealistic.
7 in 10 men view porn.
I disagree with this too. Yeah, basically what he's gonna start saying is that he's saying that 7 in 10 men
Oh,
view porn, so that means that we're sexualizing women. No, these dumb ass, slut ass, dirty ass bitches are the ones that are going on the porn websites, uploading themselves naked on it, and they know their target demographics is men, specifically little kids or men. No, no, it's literally specific. You could check it up too. The
no,
demographic,
you're not
the
wrong. Like
the
that's what the
demographic
target
for
audience is
OnlyFans
for
is that,
mainly.
yeah, the demographic for OnlyFans is men over the age of 40. Like the audience that uses it, most of them are that age. Like I literally did the research, and then just like porn in general is mainly like really older men and like young boys that are watching it. And the females that upload their shit onto it, they know who their target demographic is, so it's their fault for doing that.
While over 75 million are addicted. 68 million requests a day for
I'm just saying,
pornographic
I
pictures.
don't judge. Feel me? This is my third perspective. I just mind my business. I don't judge. I let people do them.
Wait, would you date someone that has OnlyFans?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay. What about porn? Like even like you wouldn't wipe them up. Like if they, like let's say
Hell
they had no, like if they had an OnlyFans and they got ran through by like five dudes, and then they were a
no. I
real
mean,
genuine person,
people
and
have
then
their preferences, but me, no, hell no.
Is making 1 in 4 searches sexually related. It's like nobody even knew she existed until she got naked.
oh my, This is so cringe.
degraded and abused over and over again just to gain millions
No, she wasn't degraded. She did that to herself.
of views. It's a shame we've
Not all of
subdued
them. I
to
would just like to say there are a lot of that are like trafficked. Like, you know,
Yeah, no, no, yeah,
it's
yeah.
yeah.
But if we're being realistic though, majority of them did it themselves. They wanted to do it, but like
There's contracts and everything
a
involved. Yeah,
definition of
for sure.
beauty which is so misconstrued.
the definition of beauty, which is so misconstrued. The definition of beauty for a woman is their sex appeal. Like that's literally like their beauty is so strong and so
Mm,
powerful, and like just all their body parts, like the things that men find attractive on a female, is
I
like
disagree.
literally everything. So it's like they and
Oh, for
females
nothing.
fucking know that. That's why they do. That's why these females that do OnlyFans and porn and shit. That's why they do it because they know how strong their beauty is and their sex appeal is. That's why you.
I
That
just,
why do you think like in all these religions, like in Islam and Christianity, like all these all the major religions, they make their women. They would rather their women cover themselves up with like what is it, hijabs?
hmm
Yeah, that or like in Christianity, they'd rather make the women wear like long skirts and stuff and cover up that and stuff because they know how strong the women beauty is. That's why they make them do that type of stuff. And nowadays, women want to be sluts and hoes and not and like I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying you have to do that shit, but it's like they're doing this shit because they know what they're fucking doing.
As we judge
I
each
just want to
other's
say personally, I think personality is beautiful too,
Sam,
but I'll let that be.
wait, so would you
Uh-huh.
date someone that looks like a frog if they had a good personality?
Yeah, but that's just me because I don't give a
You're
fuck
lying.
about looks
You're
really.
lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
looks off of Facebook likes,
I'm being serious.
Instagram pictures to filter off what we really look like.
And that too, like I don't this like he trying. I feel like he's trying to make it seem like it's men's fault for why females are doing this thing. No, that's the beauty standard that they set for themselves. If they want, they could just stop following it. They don't have to do that. Like,
See, we are so obsessed with our outside, we have slowly lost sight of who we really are in real life. I mean, it's sad to see so many teens lose their self-esteem. Looking at these magazines thinking they have to look like what they see. Please, you are worth much more than a 2D image on a screen. You are a living, breathing human being. If only you knew what you really mean. Just look into your history books and begin to read of all the girls in the world who were capable to achieve, and you will surely see with certainty females like Fatima al-Fihri, who opened the first ever university, Rufayda al-Islamiyya, the first nurse to perform surgery, and 𝐻 bint Abi Bakr, the greatest female scholar in eternity. It's a shame you probably haven't even heard of these great female prodigies. Honestly, we don't need to give up our modesty in order to be successful, for you are worth much more than a commodity that is sexual.
so much to say, but it's just like
Nah, go ahead, speak your mind.
You have so much more potential if only you knew your worth.
they do know their worth. That's why they're exploiting it like that, and they're selling their bodies because they know how much that shit is worth and how much influence they have over little fucking weird ass kid. I'm not even gonna say weird. Over they know how much power they have over lost and depressed and weak men. So they're gonna keep on exploiting it. They know that the people that are watching it are fucking destroying themselves by watching it. But it's fast money, and fast money comes with slow problems, and one of those slow problems is as you gain age and once you get older, you're gonna hit that wall when you become 30 and you lose your looks and you're ugly as fuck and no guys want you because you're a slut and you're a hoe and you have porn videos all over the internet. Then you're gonna have to live with that and it's gonna be your fault. And then once you do find that guy, the only reason why that guy's gonna want to be with you is because most men, a lot of men, they just take what they could get, and some guys are just gonna be willing to settle for that. So, and he's not gonna actually love you. He's just gonna want to fuck.
You could be like the greatest of all women to have walked this earth, like Mary, the mother of Jesus, chosen by Allah to be an example for the believers, a woman who stood strong even when she was abused, falsely accused and ridiculed for things she'd never ever do, so it didn't really matter when there was nobody else beside her, for she knew that God was Ar-Razzaq and her ultimate provider, and she had to trust in Him alone. Just like Asiya, the wife of Fir'aun, a woman who was brave and courageous, stood up for what was right and didn't let anybody change this, a woman who was fearless and laughed in the face of death, for she gave up the riches of this life for a palace in the next. Next up, Khadija, the mother of the believers, a wealthy
Khadija.
in the next. Next up, Khadija, the mother of the believers, a wealthy merchant who had nurtured the Prophet for over 25 years, his first wife, the love of his life, and the mother of his kids. She was the first to believe in him when nobody else ever did. She just is. Beyond any words that can make you understand. So much so that even Allah sent her His salam. She was grand and Allah assured her, just like her daughter, Fatima, the master of all women in paradise, a woman who would shine so bright she was nicknamed as Zahra, the splendid one with the most generous of hearts, a woman who gave up so much of her food she had no choice but to fast. She would fight on behalf of her father even as a little girl. And such are the examples of the greatest woman in the entire world. And it had nothing to do with how they looked, but for who they truly were. So ignore the standard of success defined by society, when God has said that the best of mankind are those who have piety, regardless of your shape, your color, or your race. For God does not look at your bodies, nor does He look at your face. Rather, He looks towards your heart and checks your faith. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the people say or who they think you are, when you could be like the greatest of all women in the eyes of Allah.
Of Allah. Amen.
Take that last message though.
Wait, I find it very, 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 very funny and ironic that he's saying, telling women not to, like he's basically saying that, oh, men are over sexualizing women and this and that and whatever, and that shouldn't be that way. But you know what's funny? The same women that he's defending are the same women that are out here protesting for feminism, and their idea of feminism is empowering themselves, and their idea of empowering themselves is being sluts and being hoes and going around and sleeping with people because that's quote unquote empowerment. And I was in a conversation a few days ago with I don't know if I should say her name on stream, but I mean on the recording, but her name starts with E. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was one of her friends, and her friends was literally like promoting all this fuckery and coonery, females sleeping around with other females sleeping around being hoes and stuff, and she thinks that they should be able to go out to parties and do drugs and go out to parties with like sketchy individuals and not have to worry about it and doing things like that. And then you're telling me that a dumbass bitch like that, like that just makes no sense. This guy's right here. He's saying that men are over sexualizing them, and we shouldn't be treating them that way. And while those same females that he's trying to defend are the same females that I was in an argument, a debate with the other day, and they were literally saying the exact opposite from what this guy was saying. And those females, feminism is fucking retarded. Like they don't that it just makes no sense. Like nowadays, feminism, they want to go out and sleep around with people. They want to do those type of things. That's what feminism is nowadays. So this video right here, I generally feel like this guy should have done more research and see maybe that's how it is in the wherever
I think he was just talking about like a small like portion of
that's
like
probably where
the
he's from.
generation that does not exist anymore.
No,
Because
that's probably where he's from, like way over there. But down here in the Western world, these women, they like majority of them that are doing the OnlyFans and stuff, they're not the ones, like they're sexualizing themselves first, and then after that, people see it in response. It's like, all right, it's like this, Sam. Like, let's just say, all right, let's
no,
just
I
say,
get your point. I
wait,
think
no. I just want the viewers to understand it, right? Let's just say,
okay.
all right, so you know, like how I asked you for some money, right? And I borrowed it, right? And I said I was gonna give it back to you. No, I normally always like anytime I've ever asked for anything, like I would give it back, right? Let's just say I asked you for
Uh-huh.
the money this time, right? And I didn't give it back, and then another month comes by, and I asked you for some more money, I didn't give it back. Then another month come by, and I asked you for some money, I didn't give it back. What's gonna be your perception of me? Like, and then after I asked you for money for the fourth time, are you gonna be willing to give it to me? Or are you gonna be like, no, this is Connor is the type of person to borrow money and not give it back?
I mean, it
You're gonna
depends on.
No, like there's no fucking way. Don't do that. Like it's just straightforward common sense. If I all right for let's just make it even more extreme. If I asked you for money for an entire year and I owed you $2,000 and I never gave it back to you, wouldn't you then
Okay,
come to the conclusion that
instead of let's say like if it's somebody I don't know, yeah, no.
no, like no, you can't do that. If I ask you for that much money and I never gave it back, like you should cut me off or like put me in my place. But I would never do that. But still, all right. But if it was somebody you didn't know and they
'Cause,
did that to you,
I don't know if
then
it's somebody I know. I definitely because I just feel like it depends on the context because they could be some situation. But if it's somebody I don't, wait, what are you saying?
all right, but like, let's just say someone you don't know for the sake of this conversation, right? And then after that, they ask you for money, and then they continuously do it, and they never give it back
Hell
to
no.
you, and then right, you're gonna start to perceive them as a person that's a liar and doesn't give you back your money, and doesn't keep their word, right? It's the same thing,
Yeah.
and then you wouldn't have perceived me as a liar or someone that's untrustworthy until I've done something to prove that to you, right? It's the same thing with
Mm-hmm.
this. People aren't going to look at them and just instantly assume that they're sluts or hoes unless they do shit like that. Like, if I see a random girl on the street, I'm not going to just, and I think she's beautiful and I want to maybe take her out on a date or talk to her. I'm not going to, I'm pretty sure every guy's first perception, they're not going to just be like, oh, this girl's a hoe. I just want to let me just fuck her and thing. They're only going to think that if that female has a promiscuous past, or if they know that this female's been sleeping around with a bunch of guys, then they're going to do that. So it is 100. It is. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. It's 100% their fault. If they're sexualized like that, it's their fault. If you disagree, your opinion is wrong. The only way, the absolutely only way, is if they were like fucking forcefully taken to be sex trafficked, and then it's a situation like that. But a majority of the times these females they like the OnlyFans models or whatever, the OnlyFans people that get fucked on OnlyFans or Pornhub, they willingly do it. So that's that. That's my
Nah,
2 cents.
that's a good point. Especially, I think, yeah, I think definitely that example will help a
Yeah,
lot of people, and because I think, yeah, this viewpoint is not really for the Western countries because we know how it is here, but
the
definitely probably like
the West is
Middle
fucking
East.
corrupted, and they have the fucking balls to say that these just everybody down like they're just disgusted and have the balls to say that they believe in Jesus or Allah or just God like that. Like how do you believe in Jesus or God or any of that, and then you behave and act like that? Like what the fuck? And you try to justify it. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. But
And on
that
that point, guys, if
yeah.
you guys, if you agree with the take, subscribe. We're at 500 subscribers now. What are you
Yeah.
gonna say, Connor?
No, I was gonna say if y'all enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah.
Peace out. Check out Connor's new song.